Hi. Um, right. So today is Sunday, and it's Father's Day. Um, I I won't really be doing a full session today, but it's such a coincidence that my next topic um, actually has to do with both parents actually, but it's significantly has to do with fathers also, because of the position that fathers um, occupy in bringing up in the home, in bringing up a child. So I would say first and foremost, I would like to wish every father out there, every man who has and who is actively involved in raising a child, be it your biological or adopted child. As long as you're involved in that child's life actively, I want to say Happy Father's Day. You are appreciated. The role of a father in the life of a child is extremely crucial. Unfortunately, it seems like the times have changed, and because of a lot of issues, relationship issues, and problems between men and women, and the women having to most of the time carry the burden of raising the child alone, people have come, to kind of like try to water down the relevance and significance of the man in the home. A home is made up of two people, and if we had to mate with another species, another human being, in order to procreate, then I don't think that the initial plan was for just one person to raise that child. If it took two people to bring the child into the world, ideally, two people ought to raise the child. Here we go again. Excuse me. Say hello.
Hello.
Okay. Are you alright? Alright. So fathers, you are appreciated. Your role is highly significant. You are the head of the home. Therefore, you are the umbrella that protects the rest of the family members. When your place is vacant, definitely it will be felt. Needless to say, or rather, there are situations and circumstances where we have, that have presented themselves, and we have women who are having to take on this position, whether because the man is absent for any reason, maybe he's dead, or maybe he's just simply unwilling to do so, or he might just be absent from the home due to work duties or something. It could be any reason. I say kudos to every woman who's standing in the place of the man and doing all that a man ought to do in raising up the child. I will say to you that you are carrying a double portion of duties. You're having to be the woman who is generally perceived as being, the softer version, the one with the heart, the one with the ears, the caring one, basically. And you're also having to be the man who's also perceived to be the one with the muscles, the silent but stern one, the one who keeps everybody together, the one who provides, and the one who protects. My prayer for all of you who's actively been a father to the children and raising your children, my prayer for you is that you will not be found wanting and you have more strength as you go on in fulfilling your purpose in the lives of your children. So, I want to quickly touch on the next topic, which has to do with raising a confident child. And we're going to have this in series. I'm going to touch on a number of points that I'm going to raise that would help you to see or to plan in raising your child purposefully to be confident. I doubt there will be things. I want you to have an open mind. There most likely will be things that you were not expecting. Probably things that you've taken for granted. Like I said, it's all about raising a child on purpose. So this means that you cannot afford to take anything for granted. Everything has its place. And I think I'm going to start off with the words of our mouth. Generally, in the world, you hear life coaches and, business coaches coming up and giving you all sorts of advice. In the end, most of them, will talk about, definitely will touch on you living a positive life and having a positive energy around you. I would say to you that it's an adoption, really, because you have to say what it is that you want. I know that it's this part of doing a lot of people find challenging. Some will probably say, oh, let's just be real, let's just be factual, let's just say what we see. But in the honest truth, there's nothing that we have seen or nothing that we are seeing that has always been there. Everything that we see was first birthed inside somebody somewhere, and then the person believed in that dream, in that idea, hard enough to pursue it and bring it into reality. So this is what I'm going to say about raising your child purposefully with the words of your mouth. As a parent, I'll probably, because it's Father's Day, I'll probably hammer more on fathers today, and largely also because of the significance of the father in the life of a child. I would say that what you say to your child goes a long way to affect that child and the outcome of that child's life. Because everything that we say is a seed. It's a seed. When we go to school and we listen to the lecturers, we embrace what they say to us because we believe they know more than we do, and we want to glean from them so that we can have that knowledge also that would empower us and enable us. And so we take in everything that they say, and it sticks. And for some, for some others, it goes beyond, just reading to work or to earn a living. For others, what they have read in school, what they have been told by their lecturers, actually shapes the way they see and relate with people. Nobody was born an atheist. Nobody was born religious. You come into the world and you pick up books, you listen to, things that people say, and it's the seeds are sown. And because naturally, like I mentioned the last time in the last video, we are our makeup. We are learning beings. Our makeup is to learn. We soak in things. It is from what we soak in that we give out. It's from what we soak in that makes us fruitful. You have to realize that you cannot afford to speak flimsily to your children. You cannot afford to ignore the impact that your words have on your children. And it really doesn't even matter whether they are right in your presence or not, whether you say these things in their presence or not. Because as much as the things that we say to them impact them, the things we say also impact us. If you like, you can actually research this on your own. You can try it. Pick on a topic and keep telling yourself every single day that it's not true. Whatever that topic is not true. Or you pick on a person, pick on anybody, and you just keep saying to yourself, oh, negative things about that person. If you keep at it, at some point, you'll find that you wouldn't have anything positive. You never have any positive feelings towards that person. Anytime the person's name crops up or the person's picture crops up or you hear anything about the person, you wouldn't have, because you have sown seeds in your own selves with the words of your mouth. How much more when you now say things to other people? Now we're talking about your own children. We're talking about your fruit. And I'm going to be practical here because I've heard a lot of people, try to praise things that have been done in the past by our parents or our grandparents and stuff. And, they come around and they say, oh, they didn't mean it for evil. They never had any, bad feelings towards us in the real sense. They just wanted us to sit up. They just wanted us to buckle up. Hey, I'm telling you, there are better ways to make someone buckle up. There are better ways to make your child buckle up rather than to kill their morale and to make them feel bad about themselves. I will still be going on into another topic, but in a way, I cannot really avoid it right now. The fact that when you're dealing with your child, you have to understand one thing. Your child is an individual. Your child is a human being. Your child has feelings. Your child is sensitive, especially to you as a parent, and more so you as a father. Your child looks up to you. And because you are the environment, let me put it that way, you're the environment which the child lives in, you have to be positive in your outlook towards your child. I'll give you a practical example. So he comes home from school, or she comes home from school, and she brings a report card that is not, that is not very, that you're not happy about, basically. Probably there are about 30 of them in the class, and she comes home, and her report card shows that she's on the 15th position. And you're upset. You had big plans for your child. Probably she hasn't even been, paying much attention to her studies in reality or whatnot. So you are justified being angry. Okay? We'll come to anger issues later on. But for now, let's focus. You're justified being angry. Okay? You're a parent. You really want what is best for your child. And so, the conversation ensues. And rather than attend to the issue at hand, the issue at hand is that you want your child to concentrate on her studies, to work harder, to study harder, and to excel. Because what you're actually going after is for them to excel in life, really, for them to get a good job, to be comfortable. Hopefully, for some other people, they probably have an extra of, being able to, boast about the success of their children, which is not really a bad thing. But you need to focus. You need to really know what is important. It's not about you boasting. The question is, are you really interested in your child excelling? If you can tick yes to that, then this is for you. Let's continue. If you tick yes to that, then you have to know that the last thing that you ought to do is to tell your child that she's stupid, that she's daft, and that she's useless. That's the last thing you want to tell your child. Because what you are doing is you're equating her studies to her person, which is a no. It's a total no. When you're building up a child and you want that child to be confident, you're supposed to be a rock to tell the child, hey, look, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, but I need you to stand. I need you to be strong. I need you to be smart. And in order to excel, in order to surmount this challenge, this is what you ought to be. You speak what you want into the life of your child. If you want to scold your child, please scold the issue. This is a horrible result you just brought to me, and I am not particularly happy about it. And I want to be happy about it. I want to be proud of you. I am proud of you, but I am not proud of this result that you have brought to me. And so I want you to work harder. I know the potentials in you. I know you can do better than this. I know you can do better than this because I know that you've got substance inside of you. But this outcome is not good enough. Inspire your child to do better. Don't kill the spirit of your child. Don't sow seeds that will make them question their identity. I know of parents who have, when they get upset, they call their children names, all sorts of names. You're a bastard. And you know very well that child is yours. You're a bastard. You're mad. You're crazy. Just saying these things already, I mean, they're not words that I use, and they're not words that I like. I don't like to hear them. Some people say, "Oh, you're just being No, that is why things are stolen away from you while you're slacked. You're sleeping. The Bible says, while men slept, the enemy sowed seeds. He sowed thorns in the midst of your garden. You suddenly wake up and you're wondering, you're asking yourself, how did this happen? By the time your children are like 18, 25, you don't know them anymore. And then you start to ask yourself, oh, you weren't like this before. You caused it. You don't want that to happen. Watch the words of your mouth. Let everything that you say to your child be something edifying, something that will lift their spirit, something that will calm them, something that will give them confidence to come back to you, to confide in you. If the first thing you say to your child is, maybe you find out that they did something wrong, or someone came to them, yeah, horrible child, beg your pardon, I'm going to speak in my dialect now. Omo oshi, olórí burúkú, ọmọ rádaràda, orí, yeah, no ni. Those things are not necessary. The honest truth is, the things that you say actually tell more of what is going on inside of you. It tells of who you are. And God help you. If your child comes across a kinder heart, a kinder person, people who will speak kindly to them, they will see the difference and they will wonder why. Why is my parent this way? Why is my father this way? Why is my mother this way? And if you're not careful, you may lose that child. One of the things that you may lose, especially as a father, fathers, listen up. You don't ever want to lose it, because I know that one of the major things that a man loves in this life is respect. And that is one thing that you can easily lose as a father if all you keep churning out to your child are inedible things that will crush their spirit, that would make them look elsewhere for succor. If that child grows up and learns a better way outside from somewhere else, unless that child is kind, has a kind heart, you will lose that child. And it will all be your fault. Unfortunately, a lot of people, once they get old, some of them, they forget. They forget their ways when they were young, and they felt they could do everything. Now that you are young, don't wait till you're older to be wiser. You can be wise now. Mind the things that you say to your child. Be purposeful in the things that you say. The Bible talks about flimsy words. God is going to judge us for every single thing that we say. Do not be flimsy. Oh, I was just joking. No. No. There's an adage from where I come from that says that I'm not gonna say it in my dialect again. I'm just gonna give like a translation. That the things that we say jokingly, if we keep at it, you actually tend to find the truth somewhere in those jokes. Don't be flimsy with your words. This is your seed. This is your child. There's no achievement that you can have in this world. If you fail as a father, you have failed in your mission in life. That's the honest truth. Everybody is using iPads today. Yes. Everybody is using whatever. Steve Jobs. Yes. Da da da. But I tell you, if any of his children should come forward today and say anything negative about him, it will have more impact on everybody than the iPads and the... What comes out of you physically, your child, is weightier. Because when we started, when I started this blog, I talked about relationship. It's all about relationship. What's the point excelling with your colleagues at work, but you can't hold a 5-minute conversation with your child at home? Or why would you keep saying negative things to your child, all in the name of, I don't see anything good about... Then you will never see anything good. You will never see anything good. You have to be purposeful. Even if you want to feel like, remember to always differentiate the issue from your child. There is no day that passes by that I do not tell my child I love her. I've come to realize, especially ever since I had a child, that their needs, they're not many, but their basic needs are not so much of clothes and, material things. A child's basic need is love, care, and attention. I'm telling you, you give a child love, care, and attention, even if they're wearing rags, as long as you're with them, they are contented. They're happy. Give your child attention. Give your child time. We've heard severally the saying that where your heart is, that is where your treasure is, that is where your heart is. Your children are your treasures. That is where your heart should be. You don't treat your treasure flimsily. Who is it that will buy an expensive car or an expensive dress and will rip it apart? Or you buy an expensive car and you scratch on it? You won't do that. So why would you now have a child and you rip their heart apart? Please, your words are weighty. Mind what you say to your children. Let everything that you say to your children be seasoned Let them edify your children. Let them lift them up. Let your words inspire your children. I'll have to stop here today. I will still touch a bit more on this topic. It's one of those topics that you find will occur over and over again. The words of our mouth, they are very, very essential. They can build and they can tear down. And if we're talking about building relationships on purpose, then we cannot overemphasize the words of our mouth and how they affect and impact the relationships that we're building and the lives that we're nurturing. Fathers, pray over your children. Speak positive words over your children. You matter and you're very significant. Your words matter. Maybe when you understand that your words really matter in the life of your child, if you understand the gravity of your life in the life of your child, maybe you would take it more seriously. You need to take it more seriously. Please do not be flimsy with your words. Do not be flimsy with the things you say to your children. We will still go over a topic later on that will talk about the things that you allow even others to say to your children. Do not be afraid to offend anyone if it has to do with your child. It is your child. People have to respect what you want for your child, and you have to stand for what you want. Don't let anyone push you over. Don't let anyone make you feel bad. What you want is what you want. You know the kind of life you're building. You know the kind of child that you're raising, and you know what you want to expose them to. If other people, anyone who is not ready to respect that view, anyone who's not ready to respect your view and treat your child the way that you want your child to be treated, please do not be afraid to just let them go, because your child is your life, not theirs. And when they leave, your child will still be with you. I really hope that someone out there has learned something. Even in your jokings, let it be edifying, because the things that you continually say are the things that your children will continually hear, and you're sowing seeds. So even if you're joking, they're hearing it, and the seeds are sown. So please, even in your jokes, let it be edifying, let it be uplifting. I pray for all fathers again. I pray that God will give you enablement to keep doing what you ought to do and what you're doing. God bless you.